Welcome back, y'all. Hope your summer is going well. We are wrapping up August. And as you well know, if you've been listening during this month, we have been covering newsletters hot and heavy. But we want to circle back to a question that I get asked a lot. And that is, how do we get new followers on Instagram to come over to our email list? How do I do that? How do I get them to? Because it seems like they're slow to do that. That is the hard thing about Instagram, is getting followers to click off the app. It just is. But over time, you can drive that traffic to your email list. I'm going to tell you how today. Are you ready? Listen in.
Welcome to Authentic Online Marketing with Ruthie Gray. Growing awareness for your blog, podcast, book, or product involves more than dancing to reels and yelling, "Buy my thing." This show models quality over clamor so you can put your spin on your message and market in a way that feels authentic to you, because nobody wants to sound like an infomercial. And now, here's your host, Ruthie Gray.
So let's get right to it. How do you get followers on your email list? Number one, acknowledge their presence. This seems like a no-brainer, but when you have new followers, you can connect with them many ways. If they start watching your stories, just say hi. Say thank you for watching my stories. I'm glad you're in this space. What's your message? Go to their account and leave a comment or two. Follow them if you want, or like their posts. Interact with them and engage with them. Let them know you see them. Followers like to be seen, felt, and heard. Number two, use engagement stickers in your stories. Find a way to DM them. What that means is, in your stories, when you use engagement stickers, if they take your polls, click on your slider, or answer a question, there is a comment bubble beside their name when you look at who answered your poll, your question, your slider. And you can just comment to them and say, "I feel the same way, don't you?" Maybe your poll says, "Do you like poodles or long-haired sharpeis?" Or I don't even know what. Sharpie? Long-haired Sharpie? I don't know. I don't know my dogs that well. I have a history in poodles and pugs. The end. So you could say, "Do you have a poodle or a pug?" And so let's say they say pug, and you say, "Me too. I love pugs. They shed so much hair, but oh, they are so cute and loving." Or, "I really like poodles too. They don't shed hair." True story on that. Number three, promote your email opt-in every 6 to 9 posts and talk about it in stories once a week. This is what I do, and it works. So if you are having a post or a reel, you can say, comment below if you want my free XYZ to riding skateboard. Comment the word skateboard, and they can do that. Or you can say DM for a copy of last week's newsletter on 6 ways to fly a kite. Then in stories, when you're talking about your newsletter, you can even scroll down on your desktop, do a video of that, of you doing that, or do a screen record of your last newsletter and share that in stories. Or just talk about the 3 points that you gave, or one of those points, or why it's important for whatever it was you talked about. And if they want the tip, DM the word tip, or just have them ask you for a copy. That's the thing. If you just make it simple, but keep talking about it and keep circling back to it, you're going to find that followers will slowly cross over. It's a long game. People want to stay on Instagram. But if you are developing that follower know, like, and trust relationship, they're going to come over. But you got to talk about your newsletter. You have to talk about it. So promo it. Number 4, have a clear sign up button in your link in bio. If your link in bio does not include somewhere for someone to join your email list, then you need to add that link, or you need to revamp. You may use Linktree. You may use your own blog links. You may use later.com. Whatever you use, your followers need a clear way to opt in. They need a link. So make sure you provide that. And lastly, number 5, have an awesome opt-in. You need an opt-in that people want. Whatever your message is, your opt-in needs to be closely related to it. So for instance, here are some examples of my opt-ins. I have several, but we have a quiz. So quizzes are nice for opt-ins. And I can include the link here in the show notes for the software that I use for quizzes. But our Reels personality quiz generates a lot of signups because people want to know, am I an encourager? Am I an educator? Am I an entertainer? What am I? And how can I use Reels to tap into that? Because that's my personality, which, by the way, y'all know we are all about sharing your unique personality your way in your own authentic voice. That's what we want to do because that's how you're going to get true followers that transition into email followers if you're talking in your true authentic voice. So anyway, that's one example is the Reel quiz. Another is we have an Instagram caption blueprint to help people write better captions. Here's a tip. A lot of people leave out the call to action in their captions on Instagram. Don't do that. And in your Reels and in your videos, always leave a call to action. That's super important because if you keep dropping those little breadcrumbs to leaving calls to action on your Instagram, drop a heart emoji, answer this question, watch my stories, and in stories, leaving calls to action too, then once you're ready for them to take action on your big ask, which is click your link in bio, then they're going to do that. But it's, dropping those little calls to action. That's actually a 6th point I should put in there. So back to the opt-ins. Another one we have is the 2022 Follower Growth Kit. We have that right at the top of our blog, AuthenticOnlineMarketing.com. So whatever your message is, they need something that they can grab a hold of that's really going to gain their interest and give them a quick win. So there you have it. The lineup is, number 1, acknowledge their presence. Connect with your followers through comments, stories, going to their account. Number 2, engagement stickers and stories will take you farther and help you to establish a deeper relationship. Number 3, promote that email opt-in every 6 to 9 posts and in your stories weekly. Number 4, have a clear sign-up button in your link in bio. And number 5, have an awesome opt-in. If your opt-in, even after you do all those things, people aren't opting in, then maybe you just simply need to rename it some fantastic name. Here's a tip, probably number 7. Opt into other people's emails that are in kind of the same niche as you and see what they offer and look at their titles. Often, your offering is really good, but your title might need tweaked. So if they're not opting in, maybe tweak your title. If that doesn't work, then look at your opt-in again. I've made so many opt-ins down through the years. It's not even funny. Once you make more than one, you'll be able to test and see which one works best. So always be open. I know it's more content creation, but really you need to be offering whatever it is your followers want. And by the way, okay, we'll call this a bonus tip. Always be polling your audience in stories to see their pain points. In Instagram stories, poll them for their pain points and see what resonates, and then talk about those topics. And then if your opt-in isn't working, create an opt-in around that pain point. Boom, there you go. Instant signups for your email newsletter. All right, so let's get going building that email list. Super important. Authentic Online Marketing School is starting soon, first week of September. If you missed the sign up, there will be chance later. So be watching for our next promo for the class and continue following this podcast. Be sure to listen every week. We're giving little tips on Instagram and email and entrepreneurial mindset. By the way, what is your biggest entrepreneurial hang up? I would love to know. Once you listen to this, would you slide into my DM on Instagram and just tell me what it is that keeps you from gaining traction with your email list or Instagram? Is it a disbelief in yourself? Is it that you don't feel like you can? Is it that you feel like you are not really an authority? Do you feel like you're not qualified enough? You haven't been doing this long enough. Who am I to tell people what to do? Is it that you lack direction? Possibly you don't understand which direction you should be going with your business, or you have problems making decisions. If that's the case, I'd love to know. So just send me a DM. Let's talk. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening this week. And be sure to share your unique message your way in your own authentic voice.